Oh, hi, Bruce. You just caught me getting back into my never-ending quest to play all the smaller visual novels on my list. It's never-ending, but today I thought we'd check out Broken Minds because it's one that I've had on my list for a very long time and just never got around to playing. I think it's reasonably short, so maybe 4 hours or so. And I don't really know what to expect at this stage. I know I've wanted to play it for a long time, but I haven't researched it too hard because I prefer to go into these things blind, as you probably well know. Let's jump in, shall we? Man. Alright, I'm sticking with casual sleuth because I'm a scrub. At least while I'm recording myself. 1st of November. Sunday. The usual time for my parents to visit me in my new apartment. I don't dislike my parents, but let's not get into it. They mean well. 7:05. They were usually sharp on the dot. Sharp is a good word to describe them in general. Where could they be? Oh, that must be them. I should go answer it. My parents were probably freezing outside in the November air. To be honest, I wasn't particularly sorry about it. Fucking brutal. Alright, so how do we control this? So we can... okay. My parents weren't exactly too keen on me having my own television. There wasn't much they could do about it once I moved out, though. Turn on the television? Let's see what's on. Slow News Week. I was never afraid of the dark. Just the things that could be hiding inside it. Yeah, I think that's what everybody's afraid of, frankly. What is this? My parents wouldn't mind the mess. Well, okay, they would. But there were plenty of other things for them to criticize. Maybe I could clean up a little. What? The angel had my sleep. Well, I don't have a place to put my Shonen Flop magazines. Didn't really have the time to put them away either. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Am I meant to be answering the door here? I feel like I am. Go. Welcome to my home. Oh god. You don't have to keep saying that. Why wouldn't we be welcome? Is that what you say to all your friends? Oh right, you don't have any. Oh, fucking brutal. You know, maybe if you socialized a little, you would. Just saying. Quiet now, you're so harsh. You make her cry. Just like always. It's okay to cry. Just do it in a tea kettle so you can offer us something to drink. We're both pretty thirsty. And I love drinking tears. Bitter tears, preferably. Hiroki ate some snow while we were walking up to the house. Isn't that funny? Also, we're going to have to stay the night because our car isn't working. Now put some tea on and we'll go and sit down. Giving me a hard time comes naturally to my parents. I endure it though because standing up for myself always ended badly for me. I like to pretend I'm rebellious, but when my parents are around, that attitude crumbles. How about some music? Huh? What'd you say? I'm a little deaf, you know. I didn't hear you either, Noah. You should really speak up. You're always so quiet and servile. I struggled not to take a comment personally, which was difficult because it was very personal. I said, music, do you want to hear some? Couldn't hurt to hear what the kids are into these days. I have a very open mind when it comes to music. No, you remember how I used to tolerate that independent crap you always forced on us? Yeah, I remember. I'll go turn it on. If my parents were hosted by me in my house with my music, maybe then they'd stop treating me like a baby. That was my theory. This is depressing dinner music. But it'll do. Now dear, remember to ask curiosity questions. I've prepared a few flashcards, just in case. Shall we sit down then? God, these people are terrible. I'd give you more hell about how lousy this apartment is, but this music's so gloomy it makes me too guilty to even think it. Well, at least it's doing something. Oh, that's too bad. You're not going to turn it off, eh? So, how's school? I'm no longer in school, remember? And you spent my college fund on a yacht, so I'll go wake up the rice. Wake it up? You know what? I think we might have screwed up there. Yes, every second-rate snob has a yacht. It was our money to spend. I think it was a good investment. You can take a ride on it if you want. I'm sorry, but I must refuse. You're still not mad, I hope. We've been very good parents. I don't know about that. Being your parent means a lot to us. It's like sponsoring a startup company. But we also expect a return on our investment. Gotta get that ROI, baby. What now? There was an article in the newspaper about how much it costs to raise a child. You owe us 2,750,716.788 yen. That's ridiculous. What kind of parents are you? How can you spend my college fund and then extort me for money? There's a limit to how much someone should owe their parents. And you found it. Leave at once. Sorry, that's not what I said. That's what I wish I'd said. Instead I said, what's that noise? Don't dodge this discussion. Where's our money? Wait, hear it? God, I hope they're coming to kill our parents. We hear nothing. I hear it. It's coming from the window. What the hell was that? Please kill our parents for us. It's gone. The lurking figure had vanished, but something was still wrong. Fire? My only thought at this point was to escape this horrible mess. Alright, let's go. I'm out of here. This place sucks now. Hang on, where do I... They're in the way. Out the window? Fire or rabbit? Which should I fear more? My priorities had shifted to not being stuck in a burning house. And so... Man, I would have thrown myself through that window just to not have to talk to my parents anymore. The 2nd of November. I mean, it can't get any worse, can't... Don't say that. That's how it happened. That's why I came here. Don't worry. The Yamagata Private Detective Agency is on the case. Oh, good. Well, that puts my mind at ease. Tell you. So this is by the development studio Locked On, I believe it is. They made the jeez, what was it? The detective. Jesus, I can't remember what it's called. The detective competition or something. And also that one that I covered quite recently. It was pretty much just a movie, but I can't remember what that was called either off the top of my head. Because I have a memory like a 89-year-old. From my house to the hospital to the agency, all I could think about was my parents. For people to be so horrible and for me to have to greet them with a smile. And then my mysterious rabbit-faced benefactor. He saved me from my parents, but he also tried to kill me. Worth it. And most curious of all, I ended up feeling glad he did. So what's your professional opinion? My opinion is that we got nothing else to do. Besides that though, it's an unusual case. We don't usually get arson cases, especially not rabbit guy arson cases. It really sounds like you made it all up, but my sense of detective know-how keenly detects something more at play. You can talk to my parents. They'll confirm the story I told you. I've sent Takuma to deal with that, but I'm not sure I'll believe it even if they confirm it. You say a rabbit burned your entire house down. That certainly is peculiar. A rabbit-masked individual. Not a rabbit. Yeah, it's really interesting. Here's the bill. We operate on a subscription basis, in advance, and then you pay us in installments as we gather more information. A retainer, you could say. That sounds great. Surely that would be the insurance company's responsibility, right? Ume seemed to care more about the money I was giving her than finding out what happened. But money is as good a motivator as any. I would say it's the best motivator. As long as someone cared, I was happy. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Hey, thanks for agreeing to see me earlier than you wanted to. Ume muttered something under her breath. What? Nothing. You're welcome, that's all. It sounded like she said, we don't have any other clients anyway, or something to that effect. Not with their fucking subscription model. From the looks of it, this agency wasn't going to help me at all. I would have turned back, but it was too late. I already enlisted their help. I already paid them. Fuckers. The room I was in was designed to be friendly to clients. But the moving boxes and harsh lighting ruined the welcoming atmosphere. Oh, but I love the box. Look at it. Very classy. Very classy indeed. What are we going out here? What else can we click on? Beyond the door, I could hear voices. I've already sent Takuma down to question the parents. We'll have more answers soon. In the meantime, I got a date with my hairdresser. Literally? I mean, I'm getting my hair cut. I don't care about your personal life. I thought we were friends. Ume, we're friends, right? Pay me. I'm afraid your payment will be postponed until we get our installments. Whatever. Well, really must be going. Hairdresser and such. Yeah, bye. Yuzuki sounded a little emotional, but I wasn't concerned. Emotions are a positive aspect of life. Sometimes. She brushed past me as she headed out for the hair treatment. Her eyes seemed distant, not lost in thought, just empty. There's nothing going on up here. Not a good sign for our detective agency. Not all of the YPDA was high tech, proved by the typewriters in the bullpen. Books were messily splayed across the floor. There didn't seem to be any intent to organise them. Oh good. There's that freaking thing again. Watching Yuzuki's like watching a euthanasia coaster. But don't worry. Your case is still in somewhat capable hands. Me and Takuma keep an eye on her. What are you doing back here? Don't you have somewhere to be? Oh my god, I get to pick what I'm going to say? I'm going to save. Man, I really want to say psychopath. Alright, let's be a psychopath. Yeah, but one of my friends is a detective and I'd like to observe the process. If you don't mind. Are you sure you want to do that? We're not a very high profile agency. It might be better to do that somewhere else. Don't get me wrong, we'll solve your case, but look around. We just downsized from our old building and even that wasn't too great a place. Don't depreciate yourself. Everyone here seems committed. I'm sure you do great. I don't sound like a psychopath. I'd love to watch you at work. Thanks, we'll try our best. What do you do here? I handle client interactions in the technology division. There's a whole division? Yeah, last year we saved up to purchase an NEC PC 9821 MB10 laptop. Wow, that got technical fast. Sorry, I'm weird like that. Oh my god. Hang on. Anyway, I can tell you don't have any interest in our rapidly evolving world of technology, so I won't bore you with it any further. I'm sticking with psychopath. It's not boring. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Don't worry about it. Can you share your thoughts about this case with me? As I mentioned before, I'm interested in how the detective's mind works. I'm not sure my mind is different from yours, but sure if it'll help. Usually where we begin with cases like these is with motive. 9 out of 10 times someone will attack someone else because of a specific motive against them. In this case, our first few steps are going to be questioning your parents about their friends. It's unlikely that the would-be arsonist was attacking you. At least that's my guess. But we'll question you about your friends too. I'm sure my friends will be glad to help. Friends I invent using a voice changer, that is. Sounds good. I'm sorry about that. Please excuse me, that's probably Takuma. Ume answered the phone with a look of disgruntled interest. Clearly she was more interested in talking to me than whoever was on the other end. It seemed my manipulations were working. At least I could experience friendship in its purest form. A bond formed over a horrible tragedy. Okay, we are a psychopath, cool. Sometimes you've got to take the initiative. And that's exactly what I did. Maybe we burned our own house down just so we could make friends with the detective agency lady. Sunday, the usual time for my parents to visit, but this time would be different. In my bag, hiding in plain sight, was my ticket to friendship and appreciation. Those jerks. The least I could do is give them a scare. A clever illusion that they never saw coming. One rice cooker steam puff later and the first stage was complete. Now Ume was unknowingly playing into my scenario. Friendship was just around the corner. The doorbell rang. It was time. I'll get it. Are we at incel? And so began stage 2. My guess was that the detectives used the corkboard for pasting pictures and red thread connecting them. At least that's what they did on television. Must be true. There's some good stuff on the bookshelf. Edogawa Ranpo's entire private detective Kogoro Akechi series for one. Wasn't sure how it would help solve real cases though. It's the laptop. The high-tech computer stood out among the clutter of the office. Snoop? Yeah, man. Making sure Ume wouldn't hear me, I stealthily woke up the computer. It appears to be a program that Ume had created, detailing various case files. Well, that was boring. Come on. Hello. I'm leaving now, I think. There on the doorstep was a letter, just as planned. It was time for my case to take the sorrowful turn it desperately needed. Okay. I'm back. Takuma says he's on his way over. Your parents confirmed your story. Where are they now? Still at your house. Good. By the way, your mail arrived. Here. Thanks. It regards your case. Oh no. What? What does it say? See for yourself. To Noah, your parents are dead. Your parents are dead. They're dead. Dead. I think you know why. So, you'll be an orphan. Everybody likes orphans, and now you're one too. Signed, The Orphan. You're also an orphan, apparently. Oh man, should I be saving every one of these? I feel like I should. PsYChOPaTh. Maybe I got a bit overboard with the whole dead, but who may seem to be buying it? I can't believe it. Who would do this? I'm sorry, Noah. The Yamagata Private Investigation Agency is on the case. Wait, this could be a trick. Ah, you're right. Why didn't I think of that? Hold on a second. Let me call them. Hello? Please answer. Hello? They're okay. This is the Curator residence. If you want to speak to me or her, call again some other time. Do not leave a message. I don't have time to delete them, and they take up room on the answering machine. Goodbye. Then you shouldn't have an answering machine. I'll call Takuma and tell him to turn around. He'll find out what's going on. Let's go. What? Let's go see ourselves. Well, I can't just leave. Come on. I can't believe you dragged me over here. Your parents are fine. Sometimes there's a good reason for not answering. Your phone... Yume was wrong. Did I kill my own parents? Oh man. Well, I mean, they deserved it. 2 red splotches on the ground. That's all that was left. I averted my eyes, but to be honest, the sight didn't bother me. I was completely and utterly unmoved. They deserved it. I mean, I tend to agree. Oh, hello. You're the other one? Nice house. Even nicer murder. Yeah, lovely murder. Lovely day for a murder. Yes. Fantastic. What do you mean by that? There comes a time in every investigator's life when they find themselves truly bored, and that time has come for me. So thank you for this murder case. It's more interesting than most. Shouldn't you be being like, oh, I'm so sorry your parents just got brutally murdered? My parents weren't murdered for your amusement. I don't know what to say to you. Maybe you could say, a killer rabbit murdered my parents out loud and realize how silly it sounds. What are you suggesting? That I did this myself? No, of course not. You're so obviously devastated. Crap, he was suspicious. I had to watch how I handle myself from then on. I may not show what I'm feeling, but that's no reason to assume that I'd want my parents dead. Even if they were a little overbearing, killing someone is still wrong, no matter the circumstances. Really? Did you know that fish have eyes? Or that the sky is black at night? I think it needs to be stated because it's not obvious enough for me. Despite Takuma's sharp criticism, I get the sense that this was his way of joking. Pathetic. Oh, he's gonna talk to... Oh, you're here too. The worst part of the whole experience is my magical Sailor Girl motivational poster got tilted. It would have been unseemly to try and move it back because of the murder and all. If Yuzuki hadn't been standing right there, I totally would have gone for it. I can't believe this. My hair didn't even set yet. Oh, and I'm sorry about your parents, Client 284. Fuck, these guys are really good at their job, huh? We'll solve your mystery, I promise. To lose your parents at such a young age, it must be so horrible. I didn't lose my parents. They're still alive. Ah, how insensitive of me. I like this one. This one's crazy. It's fine, don't worry over it. Yuzuki sounded too stupid to figure out what I was up to. I crossed her off my to be wary of list. I saw Takuma gesture me from across the room. Apparently he had more to say. Well, he is definitely not too stupid. Watch. What? I'm about to solve this mystery. All by myself. First we must establish the cause of death. This beautiful, beautiful death. What do you think caused your parents' untimely demise? Interesting. You wanted me to point it out. I was unable to refuse without arousing suspicion, but maybe if I said the wrong thing, he'd get it wrong himself. The blood killed them. I killed them. I don't know. The blood killed them? I wasn't about to help Takuma solve the mystery. It was too risky. I assumed you were smart, but obviously you aren't. Clearly your parents were shot at with a gun. What my analysis suggests is this. As your parents say goodbye to me at the door, the killer takes notice and climbs through the window. They hide behind the wall. Your parents wander back toward the living room. The killer jumps out and fires repeatedly. One shot hits the wall by accident. After shooting them, the killer collects the bullet casings and leaves. He was dead wrong, slowly falling into my trap. There's one thing wrong with this scenario though. What is it? Am I meant to be helping or not? I feel like because I'm the killer, I'm meant to be like dissuading you. The pillows. It was the pillows, right? There would be no reason for the killer to shoot behind themselves in your scenario. That's what I think as well. We'll do some tests. Perhaps there was a clue to the pillows, on the pillows that the killer didn't want us to see. Speaking of tests, my autopsy report is complete. Tragically, I've determined the appearance are indeed dead. Here, take a lollipop and go sit in the corner. Stop bothering the adults, would you? What? I never would have guessed. Now, get to the good stuff. Are you sure Noah can handle it? Noah's not as bad as she seems. She's been passable. I was flattered by his extravagant compliments. Huh, is that so? It is. Now please continue. Noah, both your parents died around the same time. I estimate it was around 5 to 5:30 p.m. That's right. Great, but I got back here at 5:30. Oh, right. Well, it's probably closer to 5. The cause of death was a pacemaker malfunction. That doesn't make blood go everywhere. Aha. That's a good reminder to never postulate without an autopsy report. I'm not done yet. The sad, sad tale continues. That was the mother's method of death. You mean cause, not method. The father's was poison. Poison? Poisoned? Heart attack? Shot at? What could be the motive? Motive, huh? Finally, I can be of some use. Maybe going outside for once paid off after all. We made somewhat good with motives. Don't oversell it, Takuma. After soaking in this mystery a little, I've come to an odd conclusion. The killer wasn't directly targeting the parents. Ah yes, the letter to Noah. Nothing stolen in the house. And the letter didn't mention ransom. The motive doesn't involve money. Do you think the killer could be targeting Noah? That letter may have a clue. Well, I'll just let you guys do your thing. Sorry to break it to you, but our thing means our as in us. But I'm not very useful. Say that again. God, I'm so tired of this. Just leave. If that's what you want. Tension. Let's get back to the basics of the mystery. We have yet to examine the evidence. For one thing, I believe Yuzuki was working on that. She's our coroner after all. I hope she'll work up the courage to do her job. Takuma and Ume didn't seem too concerned about ignoring Yuzuki. Came off as pretty cold. I'm getting a lot of choices and I don't know which one's making any changes. She can take care of herself, thank you. While we're waiting for Yuzuki, we might as well have a look at the letter. I'd be interested to hear your take on it, Takuma. No, didn't you bring it with you? More saving. I'm afraid I don't have the letter with me. So is it short and just has a million endings? Because that's how it feels like. It was better to keep Takuma's hands off the letter for as long as possible. Until he became less suspicious of me. I didn't want him to see it. Well, you're not very organised, are you? That letter is an important part of the case. Ume, you could have at least photographed it. Oh, now it's my fault? It was Noah who... Sorry, Noah, didn't mean to shift the blame. Yeah, I don't work for a fucking detective agency. I'm just a regular person. We both could have been more responsible. It's fine, we'll go over it later. Now it's up to you, Yuzuki, to finish sorting out the evidence, and we'll proceed with the investigation. I've sorted the personal effects of the unfortunate victims. Curiously, neither of them appeared to have removed their shoes. How disrespectful. It fits with what Noah told me about her parents. Oh? Yes, well, they weren't particularly nice to me. But I'd never kill them just because of that. Who would? It's a silly thing to kill someone over, rude as it may be. It's obviously not the motivation in play here. Takuma was right, as usual. He figured out the mystery too fast. Let's get to the evidence, shall we? I've sorted it into 2 containers, yellow for Noah's mother, blue for Noah's father. I'm glad you spent time thinking about which colour fit which person. Is that why you took so long? It was very important. Okay, show Noah what you got. Me and Takuma need to have a talk. Ah, they don't look too good. But that's what happens when you're dead, I guess. Oh yes, being dead is extremely disgusting. Now, please go over these items for me. Tell me what you think. Of course. My parents' belongings were carefully sorted into 2 containers. I began sifting through them, looking for ways that I could mislead or put an end to the investigation. Yuzuki would notice if I tweaked some of the evidence a little. If I tried to tamper with all of them, she'd definitely notice. I decided to mess with only 3 items. That way she wouldn't be suspicious. I'm saving again. Man, you must be getting used to seeing that save thing. What are we going to tamper with? Phone? Hiroki's cell phone. The last call in... the latest in cell phone technology. The last call in phone was from Noah. That's from us. We should probably get rid of that. Car key? A wallet as well as ID and driver's license for... okay. The pacemaker. Noriko was given this pacemaker. It was in her chest. It's currently disabled. Pacemaker ID. Bloodstain analysis shows the blood from both Noriko and Hiriko landed on the bag. Trace of poison on the tip of the lipstick? Oh man, I gotta get rid of that. Perfect surface for writing a dying message. Alright. Tamper. I've looked through the evidence. Great, any thoughts? None come to mind. Can we please go back inside? It's cold. I think Ume and Takuma are done talking, so sure, let's go get them. Ume and I just had an illuminating discussion. We talked about motives, the situations, the methods. Now we're ready to look at the evidence of the case. Here's the evidence, neatly sorted into 2 boxes, for your convenience. Very nice. What do you think of this, Ume? I think it's time to go over what we know. Are you sure you'll be able to solve the case? I'm reasonably confident. I don't think we will, but who knows. The important thing is that we go over everything one more time than you think you need to. And we should start round 2 right now. From the very beginning, the methods of murder were obfuscated. Yuzuki's autopsy clearly showed the real cause of death were poison and a heart attack. That meant I had to scrap my initial idea. The victims are shot at, but it must have been after they died. But why would they die of other causes first? Why is there blood everywhere? The mother, heart attack. I don't think you bleed from the mouth when you have a heart attack, do you? The father, poison, and he's shot too. Then they were shot on top of all that. Were they still alive when they were shot? Because if you're already dead, the blood wouldn't go everywhere, would it? Because your heart's not pumping it around. But why did the mother die from a heart attack before they were shot at? It doesn't make any sense. Did you check to see what time the pacemaker stopped at? Yes, that's how we know she died before being shot. Could it be that the pacemaker malfunctioning was the cause of death? So she died because of some freak electronic glitch right after they'd been threatened and just before they got shot at? Sorry, but logic isn't made out of mochi. You can't beat it into whatever shape you want. I believe it's possible to disrupt a pacemaker via an electromagnetic signal. Perhaps the killer did so before they killed your parents, Noah. Maybe so. This is sounding an awful lot like one of your many adult delusions, Yuzuki. Yeah. Excellent. I didn't even have to tamper with the pacemaker. They were stumbling around in the dark like fools. Yeah, let's move on. Yuzuki's being no help, as usual. What's your theory about Hiroki? I don't have a theory. Yet. Well, sort of. Let's just get to it. Hiroki, poisoned. Traces of Noriko's lipstick on his lips. Wow, murder by lip lock. It'll kill you. No, that's not what I'm saying. What you're saying is that right before they were shot at by a murderous rabbit. No, they... Please, you're making me sick. What I'm saying is that Noriko's lipstick could have been poisoned. Maybe that's how he died from poisoning. There's a big problem with your theory, though. The lipstick doesn't have any poison in it. It doesn't? I put a little in my hand, look. Shouldn't have taken effect by now? That was a risky move. What if it had actually worked? Her hand could have been disfigured forever. It wasn't as risky as Takuma thought. The poison I was using only worked when ingested. Apparently he hadn't thought of that possibility. What an idiot. Yeah, it really was risky. That's why I drew it in this shape. Worst case, I get a cool scar. Huh. If the poison didn't come from the lipstick, how did Hiroki get poisoned? They're also easily fooled. What were the signs of poisoning? Oh wow, it's kind of gross. You say that a lot for a coroner. Let's just say that I know that there is some kind of poison in the system and leave it at that, okay? In any case, I know he didn't die from any gunshot wounds. I guess we'll put a pin in it and come back to it later. They lost the scent. Yume sighed loudly. What's next on the agenda? The mirror. I got rid of the mirror. Oh wait, I wrote it myself, didn't I? I've been saving this one. Oh yes, it had an important clue, doesn't it? There's a telephone number written on its surface. It's local. I'll try calling it. Yume, hand me Hiroki's phone. Yeah. Wow, this is really something. No cord. Where'd he get this? Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I have one too. You can even see a call log. What does that mean? You can press a button to see all the people who tried to call you and what time they called. How convenient. It really is a futuristic device. Looks like you were the last caller, Noah. Yes, that was back at your offices. But there's another number on here. The same number written on the mirror. Hello? You've reached the offices of Junji Uzumaki, PhD. Would you like to make an appointment? Yes, I have an awful cold. Dr. Uzumaki isn't that kind of doctor. Please look elsewhere for your help with your rhino... I don't know what that is. Is that so? Thanks. Bye. He's my therapist. It's convenient. It's contrived. But it's not unheard of. A dying message. You know what can you tell me about this therapist of yours? I prepared for Takuma's question in advance. It was time to introduce the main suspect. A few months ago, my parents signed me up for weekly sessions with Dr. Uzumaki. The truth is, he and I had never really gotten along. Alright, we need to wrap this one up here, because we're out of time for today. I'm really getting into it though. I wasn't sure about it at the start, but I'm getting into it. I wonder how much it changes when you pick your different emotions to use for your... I'll have to look up a guide when we do our first ending, like always. I'm curious to see how tangled this web gets, but anyway. Thanks for watching, Bruce, and I'll see you in the next one.